You guys don't understand how weird it is to go from a whole day of riding a dual sport to then riding a super sport. Holy shit. Happy New Year, guys. If you're watching this, you've made it to 2026, and that is a massive achievement. With the introduction of the new year, I thought it would be pertinent to talk about what my motorcycle journey has been like for the past year. I want you guys to also reflect on how motorcycles have been part of your lives this year or this past year. You know, whether that be sitting on bike sales or Google Images, drooling over the day you own a motorcycle, or right through to those of you who have gotten out on your bikes, gone on massive adventures. Tell me about them in the comments below. I want to hear it all. So, reflecting on my own motorcycle journey this past year, it's been interesting to say the least. The year started off incredibly well. My beautiful partner and I got engaged, and it was a very happy time in our lives. And then my dad unexpectedly died. He was riding around with me, he was buying new bikes, he was coming motor camping, and then one random Monday morning, he wasn't with me anymore. A few months after that, a high school mate passed away unexpectedly, and that was harrowing in its own way. Like, she was my age. It's different. My dad got to live his life. He got to have children, and I'd say he got to experience a lot and accomplish a lot. But my mate, she was just starting out, and her life was unfairly snatched away from her. And then before I knew it, the months kind of blurred into one, and suddenly it's the end of the year. But despite all of that, motorcycles still played a significant part in my life. Now, as mentioned, I ride with my dad. He was my riding buddy. I got into motorcycles. I then got him into motorcycles. And yeah, for the past few years, we've been riding together. It's brought us closer together, closer than we've ever been. And it gave us something real to bond over. And for that, I will forever be grateful to these machines. But it made that first ride really tricky. It made the first few months really tricky because, you know, I couldn't ride a motorcycle without thinking of him. It was initially quite difficult to get back on the bike, but I got back on it pretty quick, and I'm glad I did, because if anything, it's a way for me to feel closer to him by doing what we both loved. Before Dad passed away, I also bought a CRF 250, a dual sport, so that I could learn how to do some dirt riding. And oh boy, that has been awesome. You know, despite everything that's happened, I've still managed to go out motor camping 3 times. And recently I even hit the trails with a subscriber, Bunyip State Park. That was a bit of a disaster, but in the best way possible. I had so much fun and I learnt a lot. I'm keen to do that again. I got off my restricted license last year, but Dad passed away and things had to be put on hold. I still did look, but I just couldn't do it, man. It was too painful. He was the one who would always come with me to go look at a bike, and vice versa. You know, that shit fucking stings. It got to a point though, quite recently, where I was just desperate to get a de-restricted or a non-lambs bike. I just wanted a piss missile so bad, and the longer I went without owning a piss missile while still having obtained my full license, the crazier I got. So I impulsively bought this GSXR 600. I paid probably a bit too much for it, but I don't regret it. It's something I needed at the time, and I'm glad I got it. It's been good fun so far. But I still, aside from the road trip I did with Dreamless, I haven't been able to properly take this out into the twisties and do a review on it and really enjoy it. But I'm getting there, baby steps. At least we're on it today, which is nice. It is covered in dust and cobwebs, but we are on it. And that brings me to my next point though. I also went on a road trip to Regional Vic with Dreamless, and that was amazing. Dad and I went to South Australia on our bikes the year prior, and it was an amazing time. So it was bittersweet because you know, it's kind of something I was hoping to do with him too, but it was nice to go with Dreamless, and it felt great because I had this new motorcycle to enjoy on the trip. And then to finish things off, one of my closest mates ended up getting a motorcycle, it's just so awesome. It's one thing to make friends with people who already have a motorcycle, but it's completely different when someone who is dear to you, who you've known for many years, then kind of expresses interest and joins you in your hobby. That shit slaps, man. So we're slowly working on getting his bike roadworthy and transferred to his name, but we went on our first ride together today and it was fucking awesome. But anyway, I still count that as one of last year's wins because we bought it last year. What is happening, man? There's just roadworks and traffic everywhere we go. Ah, well, makes the ride a little funner, although I am in a bit of a hurry to get somewhere. It's not convenient. Now, there were a couple of things I wanted to achieve last year that I didn't get around to. The first being the bike I actually wanted. When the opportunity to purchase one of them or a couple of them popped up, I was unfortunately in the throes of mourning my dad, so I wasn't able to land the bike that I really wanted. So hopefully we'll change that up this year. And secondly, I wanted to go back to the track. I did 2 track days in 2024 at the very end, and I was hoping to do a couple of more track days at the end of 25, but yeah, that just didn't eventuate, unfortunately. Life got busy, but it's fine because I ended up investing a little more into the dirt riding situation, and I don't regret it. But we'll try hit the track sometime this year, whether that be at the start or at the end, I'm not sure yet. I did have a loose plan of attending somewhere in February, so if any of you are going to hit Broadford, let me know. So there you have it. Despite everything, I kicked some real motorcycle goals, and these still were a significant part of my life, which just highlights how important they are to me. Despite everything that happened, these two-wheeled machines were still very present in my life, and that speaks volumes about how much they mean to me. But I want to make it clear, I didn't make it through last year because of some machines. I made it through last year because of the people around me. My partner, my family, my friends, they were the ones who were there for me in my direst times, and they were the ones who encouraged me to seek therapy. They were the ones who were propping me up when I needed it. You hear it all the time, how important a support network is, but you don't really get it. Well, I didn't really get it until I needed one. I'm a very lucky man. I have an incredible support network consisting of some beautiful people whom I treasure deeply. So there you have it. We kicked some motorcycle goals. We missed a few, which we'll collect later on. But for the most part, these things were there with me that whole time. I can't wait to continue my motorcycle riding journey into 2026. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you on the next one.
You say you've got them guns, but I've never seen you bang. You say you've got them drugs, but I've never seen you slang.